Tashidele Geshila.
Tashidele Geshila. Can everyone?
Tashidele Geshila.
Okay, so we do 3 prostrations. O Namo Manjo Shri Ye Namo So Shri Ye Namo O Namo Shri So Ha O Namo Manjo Shri Ye Namo So Shri Ye Namo O Namo Shri Ye Namo So Shri Ye Namo O Namo Shri Ye So Ha 学到这个就拿来讲究满多那的感受去那个全年给别做那个做了文件上个做马说。 让这个就拿来讲究满多那的感受去那个全年给别做那个做了文件上个做马说。 觉得给做那浪就满多那的感受去。 那个接受一别做那个做了文件上个罗马如所是被就结别用 WiFi 听的是咱们这课的讲了的课的那个有啥？ Everyone, today is the first class of the year. Yeah, so we will start with setting motivation. So set motivation. Please sit according to 7 meditative postures of Vairocana. Think All sentient beings have been my mother, and they have been my mothers for numberless times. They are as kind as my mothers of this life. All kind mother sentient beings want happiness and do not want even a small suffering. However, due to not knowing the objects of, due to engaging wrongly in the objects of abandonment and adoption, they experience only sufferings only. In our mind, generate loving kindness towards all kind mother sentient beings, thinking, how nice it would be if all kind mother sentient beings had excellent happiness. May all kind mother sentient beings have excellent happiness. I will cause all kind mother sentient beings to experience excellent happiness. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. Next, we generate compassion towards all suffering mother sentient beings by thinking, how nice it would be if the body of all mother sentient beings were free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as pain, sickness, and harm caused by the four elements. May the body of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the body of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue, such as fear, anxiety, coarse and subtle conceptual thoughts. May the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the minds of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if the speech of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. Those coarse and subtle negative speech, such as lying and saying harsh words. May the speech of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the speech of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. In brief, how nice it would be if the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings were free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. May the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings be free from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. I will free the three doors of all suffering mother sentient beings from the class that is discordant with accomplishing virtue. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. How nice it would be if all mother sentient beings were free from suffering and its causes. May all mother sentient beings be free from sufferings and its causes. I will free all mother sentient beings from suffering and its causes. Lama, please bless me to be able to do so. Next, we generate bodhicitta, first by asking ourselves, who should take on the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and of lower realms? I should take on the responsibility to free all mother sentient beings from the sufferings of samsara and of lower realms. However, I do not have the ability to do so now. Who has the ability? Only those who have achieved the perfect complete enlightenment have the abilities to do so. Therefore, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, by all means, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. Next, we generate all-encompassing yoga mind. The conventional aspiring bodhicitta that thinks, for the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. These transform into a round white moondice at one's heart. And the ultimate bodhicitta, which is one's mind becoming in one taste with emptiness, the lack of inherent existence. These transform into a white five-pronged vajra on top of the moondice. Next, we meditate on emptiness, that I do not exist inherently one with, nor inherently different from the aggregates. Thus, I do not exist inherently. And as I always mention, it's very important to conjoin our virtue with the practice of 6 perfections. And the first one is the practice of generosity. And generosity is mainly a mind of giving. So during these 2 hours of teaching, whatever roots of virtue that I accumulate through my 3 doors, I give it to all sentient beings in order to purify their sufferings and in order to achieve their happiness. Next is the practice of morality. And morality is mainly a mind of abandoning. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will properly abandon my physical and verbal negativities so that they do not manifest. Next is the practice of patience. And patience is an undisturbed mind. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will embrace whatever physical or mental hardships. Next is the practice of joyous effort. And joyous effort is a mind that takes delight in accomplishing virtue. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will take delight in gathering virtues and working for I will take delight in gathering virtues, and also I will take delight in working for the welfare of sentient beings.
That age is Sunday version. That's Sunday version. The Sunday so that see gave me back all the take it in the I was in the some like she got to see people deal with enough. And they said we got to the panic to but now the 9 or the said we shall do the telephone need to was Jumaina. Sunday version is
Next is the practice of meditative stabilization. And meditative stabilization is a mind that single-pointedly focuses on any of the virtuous objects. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I will properly focus my mind on the intended object of focus or observation. And do not let my mind fall under the control of distractions or conceptual thoughts.
That age is huge version of this among us. Up and I should have Namji low. Should have been that real. Listen, I want to know some was the ship appeared here. Some you much of a Taban country, but you got shepherds, but you found you much of a you, something in the shepherd. And there's almost a lot of the Majivaina, or Chadam was on the learning. They can't a day only. Learn also, and that quality. Montagne bringing something to be cheaper never ship at Shumaina. Here, Church Police Simbada, Gun Ditoji, and that was Malori Cherry, depicting that Katoshi to that see that it's a shake which did you by that shake person.
Next is the practice of wisdom. And wisdom is an awareness that thoroughly distinguishes phenomena. So during these 2 hours of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, I understand the benefits of listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma, such as it will bring forth the ultimate benefits, which is the achievement of state of enlightenment. And I also understand the disadvantages of not listening, contemplating, and meditating on Dharma. That is, I will fall under the control of 3 poisons: attachment, hatred, and anger. And because of these, I accumulate negative karma. And because of these, I will fall in the lower realms and experience limitless suffering. And in this context, I will put effort in understanding the meaning of Lamrim teaching.
The is a his in country in the Saji Kubataba Dage, that Chandu Lander in the chief in the money, the city of
Set motivation. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I will achieve the state of enlightenment. For this purpose, I will properly listen to the Lamrim teachings and practice accordingly in order to benefit sentient beings.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. The Kisan will be toward the land, the Matamushi, and also because he won't do that using the yet. We send out the Parido when I remember the channels. I think this is send on that Jebama, they said about Noma, the Chia of this tour.
Yes, so at the beginning of this class, I would like to address questions that was posted to me. So it was William asked these questions about William Liu. So William Liu asked these questions about when we do the nectar purification practice. So when we visualize the 5 colored nectars, so which color of nectar to visualize first? And then Kishla answers is, when we visualize the 5 color nectar enters our body and our mind, is not in any specific order. So you can visualize these 5 color nectar enter your body and mind simultaneously, not in any specific order.
That's all the 3. That was the Sabatia, that was Avalua. That's some of Keva Sambo. Women are she maintained the name of the Prince Gila Pele Sambo Salam Sambo. Some trade of Sansa. That's some of the Prince Gila Sama, Jesse Ranchiagi. This child is the Sanam Chimbores are to do Samag. Or that maintained Samakanda and also pay 2 bullshit. Some of the countries you have some of a game along you. Some banana pattern and do to everything. Some of Thomas that day is kitchen was our.
So this is the first class of the year, and then we should consider ourselves very fortunate that due to our fortunes or due to our the good karma that we accumulated in the past, that we are able to meet each other, each other. So we should rejoice in our own and others' good karma, and then we should consider ourselves very meritorious as well. So since this is the first class of the year, so I would like to wish all of you that whatever you wish for, whatever holy wishes or Dharma wishes that you wish for, may it be accomplished instantaneously.
Yeah,
so I will go straight to where we stopped last year.
The Shanti Dumba Zuni to the Labores, that lawyer de la Bishita, labandu de labandu su bela chida la drimba songwa da songwa de ma shiyus.
So you start with this outline, training in the vows after taking them. So after you take the vows, then how do you train in the vows? So under this outline, this has 3 points: the foundations of the precepts, how the precepts are contained in it, and the stages of training.
다 전지적으로 돈바스가 시야 기능 가지고 다 참아 전지적으로 돈바스네 다 승차기라 다 간리라고 본도스 다 데려와 다 참아 전지적으로 돈바 지라페 요요 가디 상당외로.
So this is on the basis that we have already taken the bodhisattva vows, and then how do we train? So this is the contents that follows is on this basis.
다 돈바스네 간라라서기 시다원데 담보 간라라서기 시들라페 다 하장이 배자ቸው 쇼리에서 사이원 타이제는 가서 앞에 바탕구나 가서 파시도다 제부수장한테 좀 강가가 바탕 쪽으로와 이 천상배 자ቸው 쇼리 이나 수도이나 다 파시도도 샹스일레자 강가다 파시도는 그랬어 그 파시도데 간다 샹스지 민가가 참 자시 접박해가 되는 기비 동체부지를 해서다디 딜러나 다 간다 좀 천상한다고 고치고 해서 된다 되시도와 한번 강하다 비시디.
So the foundations of the precepts, although they are infinite clear divisions or they are limitless divisions, so however, when we talk about the precepts, if we were to explain it extensively, then it would be the paths of 3 scopes of beings. However, if we were to group it, then we are able to group it into these 6 perfections, and therefore the 6 perfections constitute a great synopsis or summary that condenses all the essential points of the bodhisattva path.
다 담보되지 다 니바 델라바는 뉴스세로와 라바는 뉴스디디 간다 미지 당 강은 말 뉴스 장은 받아 샬 포링이 받을 수 있는 일이 뭐 다 담보된 가서 미지 대 장에 받을 마시우디 다 존재지 파시 두 동세제 마선 대사 담보 때 자와 샴방 무슨 그래 미 자와 샴방 거 간다 니 참마서 반다와 진지 니 강가도 bomba기 쩌니 다 니히지 장에 간다 된다서 비야 파시 두고 만나서 무당 두스키 송 어디 디자와 샴방고 무슨 뭐 된다 무슨 뭐 장고 해서 와 다들 맞히셔야 와.
So how the precepts are contained in it, and under this outline, this has 2 points: the main topic, which is the specific number of perfections or the definite in number, and secondary discussions is definite in order. In other words, their specific order. So under these subdivisions, the specific number of perfections, then the Blessed One make this summarize it into 6 perfections, and then Maitreya explain according to the intended, explain these 6 perfections, explain the essential points or essential reasons why they are formulated in 6 perfections according to the intended meaning. So the number of the perfections is specified as 6 from the point of view of high status, the accomplishments of the 2 welfares, the complete accomplishment of the welfare of others in all aspects. They are comprising the entire Mahayana. They are influencing all aspects of the path or method and the 3 trainings. Yeah. So under the first division, the number is specified from the point of view of high status. So high status or high rebirth, and also the definite goodness. So the number is specified from the point of view of high status or high rebirth, and definite goodness.
Yeah, that is the point of Chulamash. That on Bocatula, Jessie Chanju Jobala, Dobala, that on that Zero Mambo Jubu, yes, that on the Jessie Jubal, that Zero Mambo Jilamajiman was a Kalekova. That lunch is such a young like on the pain, tinning or Yondore, and Mepata, and then was a thing, and then our charity written on that pay, Shibuji Buja Yape, Hachan pay, so the pay, you sit down to Bataya, that you know that the deep petang as a design to say the Pacha Tapaton to Marwa. The Lumia Santa, the teacher a Rezana Kanda, was a depot, yes, or you at the theatre, that on that day, Pinso to do the rest, that was a piece of the stage of this, that did not get much here.
So in order to complete the vast conduct of a bodhisattva, then we need to go through many lives. So without going through many lives, it will be difficult for us to complete the vast conduct of bodhisattva. So, so in order to progress along the path, then we need a life that is totally complete in all excellent aspects or characteristics. So, like the current characteristics that we have possessed or we have obtained, if we are able to spend a good time, if we are able to spend a long time in practicing this bodhisattva conduct, then we will be able to bring forth the result. However, if we look at our own situations, also it is very difficult for us to spend a long time in practicing it.
I did Google estate, the Lipe Yapuji Dubalawa. That piece of she did it, Kanda, Kana long GB, Kanda Kana long GB, Longi, Kana long GB, Longi, Kana long GB, Longida, Kangi long GB, Kangi long GB, Yidishwa, Yi Kanda Kangi, the Kana long GB, Longi, Kangi long GB, Lise, that the Dear Chawa, Kangi long GB, Liswa. 다 간다 해지도 지금 코र्스로 다 간디 코르도 샤워 간다 해지도 지금 코르 다 레진타 강성반은 리비 그 피신소 바지 되지 오다 되고 그래서와
So therefore, we need a life that is excellent in all aspects in order to complete the vast conduct of bodhisattva. So we need a life that is endowed with four excellences. So the first excellence is wealth at your disposal, or the wealth that you can use or you can enjoy, you can use or you can utilize, and a body with which to practice, companions with whom to practice, and the ability to complete the actions you undertake.
다 비슷 소바 된디 시대지 우리 대 시대지 창대가 있나야 야 창대야 명무지 제den도 하게 내가 요래서 명무 제den도 와 니 요래 해서 와 상바이나 간다 비슷 소바 시대의 상바이나 명무지 제den도 와 마부 요선다 명무지 와도 뭐로 지고 그래서 비슷 소바 소바이나 시대의 여바이나 야 서도지 가르치면서 명무 제주 명무 때 마부지 시원한 거도 선서 다 명무지 와도 뭐로 지고 그래서
Even if we have a life that is endowed with these four excellences, then we have to make sure that it doesn't come under the power of the mental afflictions, because even though we have these four excellences could become the conditions for the mental afflictions as well. So therefore, we have to make sure that these four excellences do not come under the power of the mental afflictions.
예전에 단도 맞춰와 가도 모르스나 다 랑도지 니드솔마 체반제 퉁기지 해서와 다 랑도지 니드솔마 체반제 레퍼 시트버지 부부리 대면 대체바야 보시에 마도바이나 대배샤오데 미마다 주신들 한긴 대부 차바 저모 동빌람바 나시 다랑이 비스바 드리라면 인간이 예세 당한서 미마다 주신들 저는 대부 차 개요 말와 저는 대부 개요 말와 제 저는 개요 말이 저모라 주마차 개요 말와
Mima ina de buchayo maro.
Mima dan mima la wa. Mima tomba no ko tomba de da libe de buchaki yo mas wa.
Ni chuxin cha yo ro shi.
Chuxin de yo mas dan chuxin se de bucha me de bi shi wa.
So yeah, so even though if we have these four excellences, that is not enough either. So we must
be able to differentiate well the objects of abandonment and the objects of adoptions, which we unmistakenly engage in and turn away from. So this is regarding to this sentence. So we must be able to differentiate well the objects of adoptions and the objects of abandonment, which we unmistakenly engage in and turn away from or refrain from it. So otherwise, even though we have these four excellences, but these four excellences could destroy us, just like bamboo and plantain trees are destroyed by bearing fruit, and like a young moly mule is destroyed by pregnancy.
rangi toba ina gewa ina sona ina sama pompedo ngure yesu roa ta kada gewa ina pompedo ngure sona ina pompedo ngure te toba ina pompedo ngure yesu te hero te meba ina te ngasa ben jebu tu longche ba tu sona mase i sona ya poji sawa ne sona din jebu tu longche ne sona ba mase te toba da ma nyam te lando la mishi ba macha te din ngure yesu roa te hero te kechen ba yesu.
So if we do not utilize it with wisdom, then it could destroy us, and also it will not be able to bring forth the results. So the wise will understand. So the wise, or refer to those who have wisdom. So the wise will understand that the excellences are the effects of previous good actions, and will strive for their causes again, so that they will increase. So if we have wisdom, and then on top of these four, on the basis of these four excellences, if we have wisdom, then we will be able to strive for the causes, and then to cause whatever roots of virtue that we have accumulated, the merits that we have accumulated, and the realizations that we have already developed to increase. And the unwise will use the effects. So the unwise will enjoy the results, and then they will use the effects and previously accumulated, and thereby exhaust them.
Oh, this is what that the kind of dinner jiwa hin the 21 that was to junji to suki shiwa junji to barwa junji to kind of munji bi to jiwa yo mar su dike shiwa that dike to that junji to ya dike shiwa that junji to ya and that invite to kind of pashi to the yes wa pashi to the yes wa that pashi to the kind of lamji ne ka so je so ne ka jing to da li phi to ban ta shin because that you to the sanji salam that the ta shi de so ta shin da so tang so be sanji bi ke shi wa sanji bi ke shi wa ne ka da lamji ne ka so je so da ma so lo ba lamji ne ka so ke shi wa lo ba lamji ne ka so.
Yeah, so also these six perfections these six perfections arise from its concordant cause, or from its respective cause, because these six perfections do not arise causelessly, nor from a discordant cause. So the wealth and so forth at the time of the path are temporary higher states. So at the time of the path refer to the time when we are practicing, or when we are still training on the path. And while those in ultimate higher states refer to the definite goodness, so such as an excellent body and so forth, exist on the Buddha ground.
That dilemma don't about the logic see do that dilemma second do could not don't did it. The day you get it, Lomjeda, only prison top about that such a show what you do. What I show what you do, the Yoshamon will do to give them a hold it. That don't can lead sometime was enough. So such a corona mental than relative, Chinese to Sagi love Lamrim. Oh, what? Then into the relative that push to the Chinese, yes, can reaching it with the yes now. That on the day. Into the TV Chinese to the Kanda in the and pushing Tambo sheet of what? Tambo sheet mental at the Chinese. That Shima needed. Shima needed relative is still a position. Oh, then the Chinese Netan Kalisina, that Tambo sheet of Roa, that Nento Ompa Tobala, Bessin chair, so the commission is into Combatella. Nento Combatella, 다 매진 시에 조지 차들에서 다시 담보시 와. 다 다시 담보서 다 시가 쯧르다 니가 공부를 지나 니가 공부를 다 다시 담보시 무슨 쇼노 지장을 담보시 뜻을 따라 와. 이나 쯧르다 니가 로로 와. 단 타만이네 내리지 공부 터봐라 조 예수. 단 년도다 내리니 공부 터봐라 다시 대주라 장애로 했었다. 다시 대주 냥리 제발다 장애를 했어.
내리 대토야라 아니 디치만이 대조 치만이 대로.
그래서 대조 제발 제가 다 문제는 제가
And under this outline, the number as specified from the point of view of high status or high rebirth and definite goodness. So the summary of this outline, summary of whole, summary of this whole outline is this verse from Ornament for the Mahayana Sutras. It says, excellent wealth, body companions, and effort are higher states of the first four perfections, to not be controlled by mental afflictions and to be unmistaken regarding activities are results of the final two. So, to specify these perfections are specified as 6 in relation or from the point of view of high rebirth and definite goodness. So, in order to achieve the high rebirth or high status, then the first 4 perfections are mainly responsible for it. So mainly responsible for achieving the higher rebirth. And the last 2 perfections are mainly responsible for achieving the definite goodness. So even though these joyous efforts are common to these 2 achievements of higher rebirths and also definite goodness. However, in general, when we has at least the first, in general, then the first 4 perfections are mainly responsible for achieving the higher status.
Jimba city zepas na ngatu cikin labarin su ruwa cikin labarin da sai di lawiwa ba shi tun jimba city zepas da jela ne da lebe ta ngatu nganto ami ko ba ya ko ji tobala ne ba city di shizarwa city di shiza ruwa ta city namba ta ba shi su ma ji ruwa city namba ta ba shi su ma di ji ne ba ina ta nganto lam ba to yo ruwa to yo ndi sun ta be jimba tawada Jimba Tonga, Traditional, Sebagon, that is a pretty chickilla, Jimba Yabush Tombayana, that the jail lever, age is sitting away with the city of Bush, city of Bush, Tombala, Sibin on it, Tata Letu, Hesugua. Or that the Legion while a city pit of Sola, that kind of mental Lamu Kumbatola, City of Jimena, into Kubato to Marisua. Or that day, so there was a question of Bashajo, I did it. Almost the mental Lamu Kubato, so that is 20 Shirawa.
So later I'm going to explain about the relationship or connections between the 6 perfections and also the 3 trainings as well. So however, in brief, the first 3 perfections, generosity, morality, and patience are grouped in the training in morality. They're grouped in the training in morality. So later we are going to talk about the how the first 3 perfections, generosity, morality, and patience, are related to each other. So if we practice generosity well, then we will be able to bring forth the morality. If we keep our morality well, then we will be able to practice patience and etc. So these 3 are are mainly responsible for achieving the higher rebirth. And as I mentioned just now, the joyous effort are common to the achievements of higher rebirth and also achievements of definite goodness. So, however, this morality is the foundations. This pure morality is the foundations of the practice.
년토 공부 도시 주 시자지로와 단 타마니데 상대다 히르미데 다 간다 니레 토바라 주 근데 다 니레 들어가서 타바 던지지가 니요와 니레 들어와 니레베 맞아 타바 던지지가 니 도거래 상지지 공부 도야지다 다 니들어서 먼저 좀 받들이 도야지 니 되고와 다들 되니 토바라 간다 다 상대디 간다 다 니무도 뭐 니도 상대디 니무도 봐 고니도 봐 다 셔럽되게 니무 싸워야 내가 내가 써야 니네 토야 어디 참 예시 당가서 다 간다 니에 토다 니리니 토바라 다 냐네 지색이 시자디 파시 두고라 아니에는 그랬대 데레 만디가 지요 말했어 그거 망고 말이 누구 말했어 다 간다 mana 왜야 말에 누나 만두야 요 말해서 대투는 뒤는 그래서 다 간다 그거 다디 단다 야 사지들 하고 가지 그래 단다디 동대 노대지기 시도 동대 사지들 파장 시다 니토다 니네 티비 장이 좋아 니토다 니네 티비 가시도 장간디 내고도세 니 상황다디 그 파신 담보소데 니토 토야라 요도 메도디 도시 타 다시마니데 니네 토발라 니네 소리 도스 다 진주데 니가 라고 아스 베도야 좋아 예송자 다 니토다 니네 티비 장이세 장에다 시고라 된다.
Yeah, so when we talk about this outline, the number as specified from the point of view of high status or high rebirth and definite goodness, what it means is, in order to achieve higher rebirth and definite goodness, these perfections are specified as 6. It means definite in number or number specified as 6. What it means is, perfections more than 6 is not necessary, and perfections lesser than 6 is not proper as well. So the definite in number means that this 6 is necessary. So not more than 6, nor less than 6. So we have to understand, what does it mean? What does this outline means? The number as specified from the point of view of high status and definite goodness. What it means is the first three perfections are mainly responsible for achieving the higher status or higher rebirth or high status, and the last two perfections refer to meditative stabilization and also wisdom, are mainly responsible for achieving the definite goodness. And definite goodness is can be divided into two: the arhatship of solitary realizer and also hearers, and also the state of enlightenment. And joyous effort are common to these two, are shared by these two. Yeah, so this is the summary of this whole outline. The number are as specified from the point of view of high status and definite goodness, or definite in number in relation to high status, higher rebirth, and definite goodness. And the second outline or second division is the number as specified from the point of view of the accomplishment of the two welfares. So again, it is definite in number, which is 6, in relation to the accomplishment of the two welfares. And these two welfares refer to one's own welfare and the welfare of others.
다 생제를 심바 동어디 한다 당어서 심바들 취지 심바 상지 좀 문지 심바 심바 뭐 보여 봐. 다디 단다디 간다 다 상지 심바 생어서 다 빙외스 말은 세지 외스 신고로 와 해도야 와. 당어서 카두베 생제 냥다오고 네 강의 논지 들어 다 상지 심바도 고도 偏 친구라 내가 라 콜라 리핀 친구와 다 도마 상지 심바 편도 이리까지 심바 치요 와 신게 좋아. 다디 신리 치야 된다.
펜도 치와를 딘 양타발라 근데 상생기 비대 집었다는
카드는
펜도
어떻게
치와
심바 된다도 여러 이나 다 카드 고페 상지고 땅에 채도 빌라 코 상지 심바도나 콜 배우 친구 요라 카드 강에 세치고 와 그래서 어디 다 도마 상지고 편도 다 상지기 편도 받으라 양아서 내가 면배 간디고 그러잖아 그 신제 파주의 상지기 그 편도 제 칼라테 야부 제바이나 콜라 뇌체의 제비도네 베지바 동바이나 다 편도 이거 내상한테 고치고 말해서 내발의 제비도 당와서 배션 나지 냐스는 칠을 심바 당시 기체시와 다 대나지라고 대나지 냐스 칠을 심바다는 냐라 소라 내바 지는 거와 다 칠을 심바다나 편도 이거 말와 다 칼라 하자갈 거 거와 대나시 토마스 한지기
냐세네
냐스 칠을 심바 당시와 그때 이든 배가 가서 나지 동도 오지와 이 편도 이거 말와 그래서는 칠 되게서 냐세 바이나 냐세 반도 바이나 그 진짜 소라 내 주로와 들 때가 들려고 신기라 내체의 집이 심바지야 그 말이지 그래 신기라 내체의 집이 세와의 집이 또 심바도나 다 심바도 배도요 말이지 이 배도 이거 말이지 다들 배도 내체 매비토니 심바다고 그래서 다 내체 매비토니 심바다고 어디 내 세바디 따달리고다 신이 시다지다 내바 파 도네 다 내바 도딩 가서 수지와 수지되게 링화 유승가가 링화 그 내바도 또 돈이 주는데요 그래서 와 수지디 야부지 모르겠어 jiba tongala da terape jiba ya bu ji tong yuna da ye sinji la neche to pa pang neche da jepa de pa pang to ni jiba ji tong ba ina de jiba pi da bo cha gre de de la tsi de da da ni wa da ni de da jiba ni de wa
Yeah. So so the two welfares refer to one's own welfare and the welfare of others. So and first it talks about how to accomplish the welfare of others. So it is so these two welfares, and then under this outline it says that the number is specified from the point of view of the accomplishments of the two welfares. You can think in this way: how these six perfections are divided into these two welfares. So then first it talks about the welfare of others. So it is necessary to benefit them with material gifts. So when we talk about benefit them with material gifts, it talks about generosity. So generosity has many types. It can be giving generosity of giving material things to others, or giving protections, or giving a dharma to others. So there are many types. So if you are practicing generosity to others, give gifts to others, or give material things to others, then giving these material things would be more directly beneficial to those who are poor, for example. So practice the generosity of giving material things to the poor ones, then it will be more directly beneficial to them. So when we practice generosity or give material things to others, then we have to practice generosity without harm to sentient beings. Because if you practice a generosity accompanied by harm to sentient beings, then leads to nothing. It will not bring benefits. So it is itself of great benefit to others to completely turn away from actions that harm others together with their bases. So turn away from harming sentient beings itself is greatly beneficial to other sentient beings. So we must practice morality as well. So this talks about morality of abandoning harm to other sentient beings. And yeah, for example, if we were to give something to a dog, by killing fish, for example, or by killing another sentient beings, then these kinds of giving is not beneficial because you cause harm to other sentient beings. So we must practice generosity without harming sentient beings, or with morality of abandoning harm to other sentient beings.
That is what it's in the case. That other several. That's sitting the beat of Yabu Yumbala. That's sitting the Jimba Yabu Jumbala, sitting the Budua, sitting the Budua. Oh, that's sitting the beat of Yabu Jumbala, that's several. Yeah, sitting the beat of Yumbala, several contributor, should never chingela, had never divina, that's sitting and get a sitting and get Yabu Chamara. That's never change, never change that the past certain get. Certain way up with your vina. That's a repeat of channel. This is what you yes, so, and that's it. Abu me, never a Germany with this. But indeed, that doing it, not so can it be the judges not doing it about handling set of abolition. What the little being on the levy, that's in the bit.
So you can see the connections between these 6 perfections, right? One leads to another. So in order to practice generosity well, we need morality. And in order to keep or practice morality well, we need patience. So if he says that therefore ethics are necessary. However, those pure ethics cannot come about if you are unable to bear being harmed and you retaliate once or twice. So to perfect ethics, it is necessary to have patience in the face of harm. So what it means is, in order to practice morality well, we need patience, because if other sentient beings harm us and then we retaliate and then we also harm them back, then harming others sentient being itself will not be able to practice. Will not be our morality will not be a good quality one, right? So we are unable to keep a pure morality by harming other sentient beings. So in order to keep morality well, we need to have patience. So if other sentient beings harm us, then we must practice patience, patience of disregarding harm done to you.
Oh, that is that kind of sebade. That's a bottle of cinema in a park nearly Majibi. Change people Mobasa to Makin, yes, that will be I would want me or Panele Majibina. You call Divas of Marwa. The Pali, nearly Jabina, they call and their Kundung, I just chicken. They don't get Nika so in the case, not to give us such a Masala. What that is about the Pashtua. I remember maybe I would give a Mobo, Diba Mobasa, a kid, Diba Samagia, that count.
So you can see how these 6 perfections are interrelated. Here he says that since your patience prevents you from retaliating, you then prevent others from accumulating a lot of bad actions. If we do not practice patience, then if others harm us, then we retaliate. And then when we retaliate, the opponent or the other persons will get more angry, right? Because of this angry, because of pride and etc. They will even they will even cause a greater harm to us. So because of these, both sides do not gain anything. So both sides only accumulate a negative karma, to the extent that we might even lose our lives because of this, because of retaliating. So it has practicing patience has these great benefits.
Oh, that's the Singular. That's the kind of people of all that's nearby to the name of the and that is about 100 million to 100 million. That's really the state by this to say about the that tension was in the Chivas. Chavala juggling in the Chivas, it's really getting teacher. Don't want to be one of the Shigala someone.
Next is inspired by that, they will then apply themselves to virtue that is of great benefit to others. So here it talks about joyous effort. So in order to practice patience, then naturally we will put effort in practicing patience, right? So here it talks about the practice of joyous effort, and not only is related to this, it also related to the below the last two perfections as well.
on this on this
So this is the brief explanations about accomplishing the welfare of others. Then here it talks about accomplishing your own welfare. So with regard to this, then to attain the to attain the happiness of liberation, then it is by the power of wisdom. So it is by the power of wisdom. So when we talk about these six perfections, in general context, when we talk about the practices of these six perfections in general context, it can be linked to the three scopes of beings as well. So, in order to achieve the state of enlightenment, then we need to practice this. In order to achieve the liberations, then we need to practice this as well. And in order to achieve the future higher rebirth, which is the rebirth as a human and God, then we need to practice these perfections. We need to practice these, we need to practice generosity, morality, patience, and etc. So, however, in this particular context, it talks about the practice of six perfections, which is to achieve the state of enlightenment. So, in order to achieve the state of enlightenment, then by practicing the last two, especially the last two, meditative civilization and wisdom, it can eliminate the obstacles to achievement of state of enlightenment, which is mainly the cognitive obscurations or obscurations of omniscience, and it can remove or eliminates the obstacles to the achievements of liberations as well, which is the afflictive obscurations. And in order to achieve your own welfare of attaining higher rebirth of God or as human, then we need these two as well.
that's the round the talk about the on the body shall be the Dawa. And we got the one to give change because the shade around the talk about and get progress to go to the option to the budget to the to
그러나 타와 타투를
or the talk about.
나는 타투.
talk about it at Bobby Chan. What did they come out? What under the Mato? Don't you that passion to the Matuma, don't you around the Shima, don't get a ship of war. They need to follow people Chinese in the war. That turning people are tongue showed it. I'm also the Jimba City, Jimba City, the person, Shinde, Papa Shella, told this person, Jimba City, told the Tambo, and Shinde, in the Zincha, George Nation. On the like Hamasona, that's only the Chicken legal do and then Hamas. Wow, oh, they get to Jumatopa. That was Shama Jodi, one dollar, $20, wow, what is not the shaking. That being answered, don't know what to do that. The digit sit down and say, what the digit sit down on the and that you will sit down on the digits.
Yeah. So if your own welfare is to attain the happiness of liberation. So, however, when in this particular context, this the ultimate own welfare to accomplish or to attain your own welfare ultimately, or ultimate own welfare, personal welfare, then it refers to the achievement of state of enlightenment. So, to summarize all of this, so therefore it says, therefore, in order to bring about the two welfares, the perfections are specified as 6, as it says in the ornament for the Mahayana Sutras. So the first 3, generosity, morality, and patience, are mainly responsible for accomplishing the welfare of others. And joyous effort in general then is commonly shared. So, however, in text, then they count the first 3 are mainly responsible for accomplishing the welfare of others, and the last 3, so the joyous effort included to the second one. So then the last 3 are mainly responsible for achieving your personal own welfare.
Oh, this is what. That and that young lady to the city I was on town. That they were pushed to what other thing that you want to on down the knee. So that the city that I know Jumara. They do not even know whether it's on the pushed to what Janua or the other one. That is another period. And also around the song, she did a song in the park. That do you want to change it, but the Java model. That we are on the Dubai, to a good exchange to a good. We are doing that. I want to do you want to show that you show it as in that Java. Show them about Java.
Yeah. So you can read this verse quoted from Ornament for the Mahayana Sutras. So this is the summary of these 6 perfections. So mainly responsible for accomplishing the welfare of others? There are 3, and then mainly responsible for achieving your personal own welfare. Then there are 3 as well. So basically, in order these 6. All of these 6 are necessary. So we need to practice these 6 perfections. So it's just that in text, then it is explained in this way. The first 3 are mainly responsible for others' welfare, and the last 3 are mainly responsible for personal welfare.
That's somebody. She didn't know about tangible job to Chinese video. They know about tangible job.
So then the third division, the number as specified from the point of view of the complete accomplishment of the welfare of others in all aspects. 당연히 있어야 돼. 이 두 대한 고기 오러.
어제 두고 그래서 다 대두 나무 두고 그래서 다 신경 가지고 두고 하나. 토마 상지 토마 베타 힌데 두발 토마 상지 땅에 공부하는 거다 신경때 상지 어떤다 신기 공부하다 되는 상황에서 와 토마 디스가 그때는 신기 강来파 네바 마시바 이나 지금 다고 잡으러 와 지금 다고 잡으러 그 신기라 앞에 한다 리스네 대화리는 네바 마시바 이나 와 네바 마시바 그 맞에 저 네바 시바나 파 네바 마시바 세두바지나 야 신기도 참 해서 와 나도 뭐送去了와
怎么顺便针对水坝的嘛，水坝那时候。So the number as specified or definite in number. So it also means that these 6 are necessary and are condensed in these 6. So these 6 are necessary. So from the point of view of the complete accomplishments of the welfare of others in all aspects. So in order to accomplish the welfare of others in all aspects, these 6 are necessary. So at the outset, eliminate their poverty through material things. So by giving material things to others, you eliminate their poverty, right? So this is how you accomplish the welfare. And then following that, do not harm any sentient beings whatsoever. So you do not harm other sentient beings when you practice generosity, for example. Then this not harming any sentient beings itself is also accomplishments of welfare of others as well. So not only that, be patient when harmed. When others harm you, then you be patient with it. You generate the patience disregarding the harm done to you. This patience itself is an accomplishment of the others' welfare as well. Something like that. So since you are their companion, act with undaunted, joyous effort. So this joyous effort is, when we talk about joyous effort is a mind that takes delight in accomplishing virtue, right? So this joyous effort is, you do not find working for the welfare of others tiring. So you are not discouraged by it. You have this joyous effort of not being discouraged by it, and you not being depressed by working for the welfare of others as well. So you have this joyous effort. And relying on meditative stabilization, fulfill their wishes through magical emanations and so forth. So relying on meditative stabilization, you cause others to happy. So relying on meditative stabilization, then you fulfill their wishes or you bring happiness to others through magical emanations and so forth.
So Lama no thinking Lama no Lama no language chepa thinking. Never shivas, never jevas, the legal order. The hero never shivas, never jevas. The never show the Mobats of Mobats Johnny, in the media, Casson, Papa, Sin, the Nimbala, so the Pena, Money Manipala, 뭐야? 어떤 던지기 공부를 했어. 와, 새로도.
When they have become suitable vessels, offer them good explanations in reliance on wisdom. So we need wisdom as well, because if we have wisdom that have a good knowledge of Dharma, or we will be able to give good explanations to others in order to accomplish their welfare. Then we give good explanations on the basis of good knowledge about Dharma, so that you liberate them by clearing up their doubts. So that is why the perfections are specified as 6. So we need to have a good knowledge about Dharma, and then on top of that, then we give good explanations to others in order to guide them on the path. So in order to cause them to have a good understanding of the objects of adoptions and abandonment, then we need wisdom. And in order to show them the path, show them to the unmistaken path, then we need wisdom as well, because due to afflictions or due to ignorance, they have wandered off the correct path. So by giving good explanations based on the good knowledge about Dharma, then we guide them to an unmistaken path. So we show them the correct path, or we guide them to an unmistaken path by clearing up their doubts and by eliminating what is the incorrect understanding.
어떤 데는 가서 야, 또 어디지 집에 또 도도비는 비자냐? 원도와 내가 비자래. 다 현대 남바 탄제가 저바 두가 그 장에서 다 단다 디게 된다데 도도 치 담아도 찌도와 현지 되는 랑 되어서 랑 되어서 담아도 되는 거야.
타마디가래.
담아도 현지 되는 랑 되어서 다 어디지 집에 맞게 잡이 이제는 뭐지 손도와. 어떤 거에는 차도라. 단다 파시도 현대 도발라 파시 두가라 당연히 있으려고 하는데 두가 지금 뭐 한지도 두가라 파시도 당연히 그래서 이 당연히 봐도 현지 대자 좀 같이 두바이네 라고 되어서 봐. 어디로서
그래서 이 파신 줄까 주대.
다 현지 된다 두가라 파시도 당연히 다 현지 된다 두가라 다 짐바도 어디서 그거 같이 제발이네 찬도라는 되어서 단다 로도시나 현지 된 두야 돼 단다 도도라는 되어서 랑 되는 그래서
So again, a verse in Ornament for the Mahayana Sutra is quoted here. So the welfare of others is also your own welfare. When you are unstinting, cause no harm at all, patient when harmed, and etc. So this line, it says, the welfare of others is also your own welfare. So what it means is, in order to accomplish the welfare of others, the perfections are specified as 6, or they are definite in these perfections are definite in 6. So basically, when you accomplish the welfare of others, your own welfare is accomplished. So this is what it means by the welfare of others is also your own welfare. So these 6 perfections also accomplish your own welfare.
현대 넘버 탄제가 저거 두발 띠 장에 네 가디 두바이나 현지 때문에 랑가 대해서 랑가 대해서 가는 문제 도와주는 게 그러와 이 도와주도 제가 이거는 뭐야 도와신다 메라야 말아 같은 거에 근데 현대 강가다 다시 부분 전에 이 가는 두바이나 현지 때문에 랑가 대해서 랑가 때문에 이 제가 아주 좋은 되는 얘기 좀 봐.
Yeah, so I would like to pose only one question. So it's regarding the last line that I explained just now. The welfare of others is also your own welfare. So why does it say that it's also your own welfare? Yeah, whoever knows, I say you can unmute yourself. What is the reason? What is the reason it says that it is also your own welfare? Oh, sorry. Any one of you say something? Yes.
Can I try?
Yes.
I think it's because of when you are helping others, at the same time also you are actually accumulating merits also.
也看是那就这先天主要来，先罗巴起来，对起来，然后所以那样的说能啥个意思？
我当然是，人就是人打算就是，但现在主要呢，当然知道蛮多意思，他讲那个等到当然是，他现在搞的就为呢，让个生了了全部啥，让个生了啥玩意呢？这个就了多把钱的，是这个地方方呀，这怎么上去就不把推啊？他墙上有的话，我的意思，他对外好多事情我没有确实是。
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you very much. Yeah, because when we accomplish the welfare of others, then we ourselves accumulate merits, and then we will be able to develop realizations. Then we will be able to abandon negativities, and we will be able to achieve the state of enlightenment. All these comes from accomplishing the welfare of others. That's correct. Thank you.
Tadi wol mandugi, tiji tangi dibal ting changese, right? Tiji tangi, Jesu pashi tu ya, nyane tela, pashi tu tela ya, tiji nyane jebala, tiji nyane kanga dilu yese bata kanda right? Soma de dilu yese right?
The next division is the number as specified from the point of view of their comprising the entire Mahayana. So these 6 perfections comprises the entire Mahayana.
Da tambo de bere da ya longji ne bala machawa. Longji ne sai bala machawa. Mani ba dendo mani wa mani ba dendo ni ya hatan de chashi jene ya chashi jene wa dendo mani de longji la mata. Tambo bi jimba da bi jimba. Jimba wa o de tambo de longji ne bala machaji. Mani ba dendo mani de longji la mata. Ni yo ba ina longji la mata wa se 그 데리고 lon지라 때 하장 때 자신의 신체 매바이나 이 신화 땅도 그래서 된다는 것이 진바치 오도와데 진바치 오도와 다 lon지라 하장 때 괜찮아 여바이나 이 신화 땅도 말와 이 신화 땅도 말해 진바 땅에 신화 뭐 땅도 봐 신화 땅도 봐 어디 너무 진바래 그 두냐도 뭐지 다 진바 때요 이 lon지라 뭐 따와데 여바이나 때 지지 손도 그래서 지지 야번에도 그래서 와 이거나 라바선 그래서 나 지지 라바래 거와 라바선 그 지지는 그래서 그 지지는 봐 어디 시리나 다 담고 있고
동주라 이제 신차 요아이나 데세나디 요
네 신차나 세나 오도 말아 세나 보마드나 진바타이 오 말아 이 진바가지 진바가 뭐 티슈 세나라 이기로 와
Yeah, so it contains the entire Mahayana. So then it talks about generosity. So you will not be attached to wealth that you have acquired, and you will not view wealth that you have not acquired with interest. So what it means is you do not attach to the wealth that you have, and you also do not strive for the wealth that you have not acquired. So when we talk about wealth and possessions, if we will be able to give things to others only if we do not have attachment to the wealth, right, or to wealth we have or to the possessions we have. If we have attachment, then we will not be able to give material things to others. So if we have attachment, we will not be able to abandon miserliness, and because of having miserliness, we will not be able to give things or material things to others. So first, it talks about generosity of not attaching or clinging to the wealth that you have, and also not striving for the wealth that you have not acquired.
That is the
and when that is present, if you have this generosity, then you will be able to guard the trainings, whereby you will take up ethics and respect them.
That's this sinji the sinji mani bala tini ta tuni anda dunga kandi chumana ta te dunga tela setu no chuas dunga tela yabu ju setu bala ta chua de ligma sigorwa te chua de ligma reza ta te ka sebat shigwa ta ngozo sinji la tini dunga ngoro sinji mani bala onje la sabat tini dunga ngoro khala o tini dunga la tini te kante kandi chumana ta kanda setu ba ini sebat yabu le bala te chua chigma reza ngorwa.
So you will not be discouraged because you have patience with sufferings caused by sentient beings and non-sentient beings as well, such as resources. Because sometimes because resources can bring sufferings also, right? So if you have patience, then you will not be discouraged by the sufferings caused by sentient beings and non-sentient beings. Oh, the ninjas are there. Ninja mito basa de ne de pitabo gi So you will apply yourself to and delight in any kinds of virtuous activities. So you will not be discouraged by them. So he talks about the joyous effort. You take delight in accomplishing a virtue, and thus you do not, since you have this delight, then you do not get discouraged or depressed by them. And you will cultivate the non-conceptual yoga of shamatha and special insight. So this non-conceptual yoga, you can apply to these words and also apply to shamatha and also apply to special insight as well. So you can cultivate the non-conceptual yoga of shamatha and the non-conceptual yoga of special insight. So the non-conceptual yoga of shamatha and special insight means that you will be able to cultivate a good quality shamatha and special insight. So this sentence, these six encompass all Mahayana practices. So this is the summary of the whole outline. Of this outline, the number is specified from the point of view of their comprising the entire Mahayana. So these six perfections encompass or contains all the Mahayana practices. Then again, a verse from Ornament for the Mahayana Sutras is quoted here. So according to Hashang, you all know, yeah. So according to Hashang, asserts or he accepts Mahayana. Even though he accepts Mahayana, but he doesn't accept six perfections. So these two assertions already contradict each other. So Hashang says that he asserts Mahayana, but as we know, the whole Mahayana are concluded or contained in these six perfections, right? So if you say that I accept Mahayana, but I do not accept the practice of the six perfections or these six perfections itself, then already is contradictory. You contradict yourself.
다디 원린다. 다간다 다디 원리마. 다 Lama 탑이 넘버 탄지지 원의 지금 장애지 다디다. 디마시스.
And next division is the number as specified from the point of view of their influencing all aspects of the path or method.
다된다 딜레고다 토시지 유지로와 간다 토시비 유지 롱제나라 마차비 남로와 토시비 유지 롱제라 마차바 당가서 토시비 유지 롱제라 거로와 되라 마차비 남마 탈 신바를 간다 다디 다가로 내가서 신바 시고를 와 공부시 신바데 다서서 롱제라서 바든디베 토신바 되다 다가 마차바 Lama 타서 다 신발 공부해서 이거와 신발을 와 어디 신발 다 신발 동안에 되니 마차버들 레오디 대세나서 도는 거와 세나 도는 세나의 도스나 대 신발 비다고 차고 그래서 와 먼저 세나의 집부터는 신발 동안 신발을 비다고 차고요 와 네 소소 세나의 집부터는 다 상실라서 같은 신발 동반이나 다 신발 비다고 차고요
세나장 집이 토네.
세나의 집부터는
세나장 집이 토네 내디 상신대 땅와이나.
신발 동반이나 당하는 신발 비다고 시다 차고 마시고 와 어디 어떤데 마샤바스 너무도 차차디 이간다 때动图了嘛 动嘛对的 세나근진도 动嘛对的 세나 있습니다. 对吧 어디 이게 식으로
So generosity is the path or the method of non-attachment to wealth or objects that you have acquired. So because you become free from attachment to them by getting used to giving them away. So generosity is a path or method to non-attachment. So to attachment that you have acquired, and because of non-attachment, then it eliminates the miserliness. So then only we will, because of eliminating this, because of non-attachment, because of lacking of miserliness, then only then we will be able to practice giving or give things to others. So with it, we are unable to give things to others.
다디 신발 치서와 다 유마토바 토비 근데 조이 나니기 동비타스 스위스 다디 친구들 신도와 다 저기 간다 누가 마토비 농지데 토비시다 다 조이 나이지요로와 이 나이데 파 동바데 동비타데 가르스다 저기 예스로와 누가 마토비 농지데 토비시 조이데 간다 나이데 동비타데 저기 야고 레오디 다디라 파 간다 동바데 파 동바데 다 파카로 예스로와 되더와
And ethic is the method for avoiding or stopping the distractions of trying to acquire objects not yet acquired. So ethic is the one that stops us from getting distracted to achieving or acquiring those objects not yet acquired.
So
And usually when we talk about morality or ethics, we say that it is a mind of abandoning, right? So a mind of abandoning means that, guarding from what is discordant. Guarding from what is discordant. So that is what it means by, that is also what it means by minds of abandoning. So abandon in the sense that guarding from what is discordant. So here it says that avoiding the distractions or stopping the distraction. And because the vows of a fully ordained monks prevent all the distractions of earning a living. So what it means is with morality, then able to stop the distractions of acquiring objects not yet acquired. And patience is the method for not giving up on sentient beings. So, yeah, patience, and as I mentioned just now, patience can be the patience of disregarding harm done to you. So, because if you have patience of disregarding harm done to you, you do not give up on sentient beings. If without this patience, when others harm you, then you retaliate, then you already give up on sentient beings by harming them. And previously, when we talk about the bodhisattva vows, then we also talks about do not mentally giving up on sentient beings, because if you mentally giving up on sentient beings, then you have already you have already break bodhisattva vows. So the method for increasing virtue is joyous effort, because it increases through undertaking virtue with joyous effort. So as the Chandakirti, glorious Chandakirti mentioned in Entering the Middle Way, it says that all good qualities follows the joyous effort. So what it means is with joyous effort, you can accomplish or you can achieve all these good qualities.
That did you that deeper number you turn passing Tamani, yes, this one that deeper number you passing Sunday in your mother, Kiraji, Shidi number you wanted, that is other several charges that you as a punch to Shitarwa. That Sunday Kanda and your mother, Mangonian, and the Sunday your mood. Sunday in your moon, yes, was in your moon, mature. Sunday, I will your way and you move it to this Sheraji, that he didn't get it, he did some upon it. All over the Sherawi, Chewara. What did he say?
So the last two perfections are the methods for completely purifying the obstructions, because the mental afflictions are completely purified by meditative stabilization. So mental afflictions are completely purified by meditative stabilization means that mental afflictions are suppressed by meditative stabilization, which is related to this. Yeah, related to this. Yeah, related to this as the Gangla Xia the this is the basis of the relenting. Now so the Gangla the
No,
the no because the wala chung because Gangla dan dewa yoro agis la tangin the tamani de the nyomong de godon by na the kanda yeah, anyway, so when we say that because the mental afflictions are completely purified by meditative stabilization, it means that it is suppressed by meditative stabilization. And the obstructions to omniscience are completely purified by wisdom. So here, completely purified also means that it is completely uprooted by wisdom.
Oh, dear. That one do you see the Takachipa, that Pashito Danda, she would out the digit Hama Sepachi Dodo, don't the Benjaya, the digit Chilo, or Diban number Joan, what's the department to you? That the one Mati that, not such to what in that. That to what the Labasuna de Chinese, that Pashito the Labasuna visit. Labasuna de Chinese, or Pashito, that was an Ajima Momoshi that they choose about China, no one answer for that channel.
Passing to the Labasuna to
this is the show. That Labasuna 이거 장에서 레전드와 다 라바스나 그 장에서 다 간다 다시 두가데 간다 라바스나 장에를 그래서 이게 식으로
So this verse from Ornament for the Mahayana Sutra summarizes this outline. The number is specified from the point of view of their influencing all aspects of the path or method. So the next division is the number is specified from the point of view of the three trainings. So basically, this outline talks about how these 6 perfections are included or grouped in the 3 trainings.
다 간다 라바스 그 장에 다 담보 들마지 요리 나시마 좀 좋아 다 담보 간다 지리질라 빙원 다 지리질라 라바스 지리질라 빙원 지리하네 에야 롱질라 마타이 짐바이나 다 롱질라 마타이 지바리 롱질라 마타이 짐바디 바나 다 지리지 소레스 지리지 소와 롱질라 마타이 짐바나 지리지 아부리네 두레스 괜히 랑바야 파 지리야부 데자디 데자디 그 간다 지리도 몰라잖아 지시하라 파 남매시와 파매시다 내마티바 지바를 된다 지페지 당하러 하는 좀 되지 오늘 지바를 와서 내 빠지나 빨리 마티야 들어와 지시하라 라 매시와서 다시봐 세비테는 대고 산디지 세 라바 같이 라바 산디지 세 라바 되게 시고래 다 담보데
Something the
산디지 파시다 산디지 파지로와 다 지바 지리니 로사 지바 지리 세바송가다 라 로사송아
Samosungdero.
어 대소 로사송아 어 산디지 스트윈디는 라바송가라 우리 산디지 간에 파지도스 나와도와 산디지 파시데 다데 이미지 신디 라바 산디 이미지 라바 비니스 라바 신디 라바 이미지 라바 베스 라바 다 쉐는 쉐는 라바 다가 다 쉐는 라바 소갈 돈 그래서
So the nature of training in ethics. So the talks about the 3 trainings, right? So the nature of training in ethics is ethics. So this ethics refer to the practice of morality or practice of ethics. So the nature of training in ethics is ethics. Moreover, since it's adopted when you have the generosity that is indifferent to wealth. So indifferent to wealth means that you do not have concern with wealth. You do not have concern with wealth. Then the accumulations of ethics is that generosity. So you have ethics, and then you have the generosity that is unconcerned with wealth. Then itself is generosity. The accumulations of ethics is that generosity. And also when ethics are adopted, patience follows because it's protected by the patience that does not return abuse for abuse. So you have patience and you disregard harm done to you. So is what it means by doesn't return abuse for abuse. Then this patience follows. And this up to this point, then it is grouped in the training in ethics. So meditative stabilization is training of the mind. So training of the mind means that training in concentration, which is the second training. And whereas wisdom is training in wisdom. So it's very easy to understand. Wisdom itself, the practice of wisdom or the perfection of wisdom is training in wisdom. And joyous effort is included in all 3 trainings. Yeah, so regarding this, I've mentioned many times already. So through this, it will be like a reminder for all of us to understand how these 6 perfections are grouped in the 3 trainings. So to summarize this outline, the first 3 perfections are grouped in the training of morality, and the perfection of concentration or meditative stabilization is grouped in training in concentration, and the perfections of wisdom is grouped in training in wisdom, and the perfections of joyous effort are commonly shared or included in all these 3 trainings.
that thing also, that passion to the lovers no, we don't teach it. Passion to the lovers, that lovers and the passion to the but that passion to the but jail level. That lovers and the but that the shoots at the Mahajish set that the Anjashim of
the so next we are the Shigo Marawajila.
that Trisham that
The Samshine Bay.
that
Come on, Shipshing.
the main two in that one roads are what the Manon research.
Low.
What the Padu Dragon research.
That's all. So next class we are going to talk about the second discussions of the specific order or definite in order. So next class I'm going to talk about it. So do you have any questions?
Kenda, I have one question. In page 242, in the middle of the paragraph, there's something mentioned about together with their basis, line number 4. Yeah. And then below in the verses in ornament for the sutra also mention abiding and liberation together with the basis. Can Geshe-la explain the two basis words that appear in these two areas?
That's all. Geshe-la. Ini kasa tönyi jobala di tangi bati roijala. Di jobala ni tangi bati. Ini di kabla di shigidu turn away from others. Kasa di suba yukuro. Suba di kasa di situation was complete. Kasa oh yeah. Ini di 我说的金巴当啦，可是的女这堂节吧，的堂节吧的金巴当外那的可是讲米给我的些多，哎你街上好做可是的女这西堂节吧，的可是的用数多吧啦，的多吧的让团可是的先团签播的话去了，西堂节
多吧
啊的多吧，
你的结果来不多吧是呢？ 但那次没把是的，那次没把是。
那些西堂节吧是的，西堂节呗，团那得看的这啥？
那把节目西什么？那把西，那把西的节目头呢？那把节个西的这个头呢？的人把当白呢？的这个嘛的，那把节目西的怕多不来是吧？
那次西堂节吧？
哦，那次西的节吧是。
西堂节吧给团那得看的。
那把节吧给西家知道吗？那把节吧给西家个头呢？那是叫人把当哪是吧？ 네바 제바 시작부터 토네 메신저라 지바도 바이나 엔지그 말에 네바 제바 시작이 지바도 바테바 도고 해스바 까 해서 네바 제바 까 해서 그래
그래서 이 뒤에 가서 대한 네베 시사 대한 생진显到的这讲嘛咯
这讲嘛生气现在네바 제바 시스로生气现在了吧네바 제바 대 이자그 토네 다 네제 시작그 토네 대베 지바도 바이나 대 지바데 이다고 말했어
That's all. Yeah, so here he says that it is itself of great benefit to others to completely turn away from actions that harm others together with their basis. So the meaning of this phrase, together with their basis, means that on the basis of not harming others. So together with their basis means that in this context, it means that on the basis of not harming others, you practice generosity, then it brings great benefit. So together with their basis here, and also they wola yang di
tanda de lo yamba da yi pe sha yamba ye chila nyasi chila yamba tas da yi pe de sha yamba da nyasi bi se ne de nyasi ba ina shela ne ba jiya de shi za cha sa shela ne ba jiya
de ne bi shi de ro
shela ne ba shi o shela ne ba ge shi da je sa da nyasi ne de de sha de chila yamba ta ba ina de shi ne ba je ba 시자 샤자다 걔는 내바지에게 시작이 돈데 얘는 좀 받던 거래 예 걔도야 말해서 때 야분 말해서 이 빼샤이 뭐니
이리디 가자디 또 가자디 도대길래 양디 대한지바지가래 subject 디 몰라 양 도대길래 양 지오로 와이즈라
너디지기 치대다 뭐 장가도 마디 뭐 띵고라 바시주 뭐도 마 바시주 뭐마도 현대 큰가도 마
그래서 네 짐바 그래서 네 민유바 다水吧 지에대 요라 근데 대한 시장 지바 네 대된다 지바 지가라 와이실라
대시의 제번도 내가 그 실라 세와도 전리도 계시는 전리
실라
어 전리도 막 싸우고는 시에도 전리 때문에 실수 나도 자도와 그 나도요 들이 전리 계셨고 전리고 어디지 지크로 실라 세 나도 자도와 늘 전리고 내 간은 힘내박이 시스 계시는
네바시
어 내박이
되게네 그래서
너도 저는 가서 80주도 막 계시 시우리 전리 때 실라 시가라 배 참말한테 우리에서 힐라서 전주대 다 참말 보고 다 지시 너도 지금 전주 보고
티슈 라이히 어떻게
쭉 가가지고 제가 간 내가 시대 제가서 보고
그래서 이 가서 도대 개인기 시당 지바서 대 된다 대 가려
당시에 너도 지금 와서 80주도 막 당가 때우디 힐라서 전주 계시 전주 전주
나서
전주 때 참말이 힐라 보고 해서 그러나
나서 yeah so
좋아서 힐업들이 너도 지금 동화서 신발에 문에서 수준들이 쇠비서 저바 채워에 내당 세워에 신이 때문에 좋아 세워에 힐업 때문에 힐을 세워에 전리시오 벌시조도 시행가 봐
that's all yeah so here together with their basis here in this particular sentence together with their basis means that how's it on the basis of not harming others. Yeah, so this is what it means on the basis of not harming others. And together with their basis in this context, since as in Tibetan, there is a Latin here. So there is a Latin here. So together with their basis, so these bases refer to great effort. So this together with the basis, so these bases refer to great effort. So giving is generosity, not harming is patience, not harming is morality, patience is patience, abiding is meditative concentration, and liberation is wisdom, shows the wisdom. So together with their bases, so base refer to great effort.
Krishna, I have one question. Early in the class, Krishna said that the 6 perfections are enough. There's not need for more, or not. We can't do with less. But when you go to the path of meditation, after wisdom, you have 4 more perfections, which is the perfection of method, prayer, power, and exalted wisdom. Are they not necessary? Because from what I understand, they are necessary for removing obscurations to omniscience. Can Krishna clarify that?
Yeah, and the passing to the Shiguro is like the Tanani Chang Yabasa, the young the Chule Ma Gogi Mari, Yua and the Gogi Mara is like Yua the Tata Yomari, Yua and the Michoba, or
Numaris Tata Yores,
to the Tata Yoro.
Mangama ten Mandu, yes.
The Mang, Dile Mao Gomari, the Dile Mao de Gomari, the Matua de Yomari, and it did Yua and the Angomara, the Mat. Dile new wine at the end that I can be choba the water.
That was conscious about
the Tangio Maro. Any the Hongi Kisha Kandisha, passing 2 euro. Passing 2 day and take as a Mulamgi passing down the Tabi passing low.
Don't chance of passing to the
That's all.
That's a passing 2 days. That's
a passing 2 Nalola, the end of euro. Yeah. So if
another passage to the reservoir, Jefferson the larger chance of passage to passage to what the Dobina, Labasuna. Labasun would be by the Tashini. Tashini to be by enough, Marshall Chevy, Henry the watching the Hina of the local sale. Niga. What is the
That's all. Yeah, so the perfections of method and prayers and etc. So that is listed in 10 perfections. So even the 4 perfections can be included in 6 perfections as well. So basically, the path of 3 scopes of being can be included in 6 perfections. 6 perfections can be included in 3 trainings. 3 trainings can be included in 2, which is method and wisdom. And these 2 can be further included in the Tantra context, which is the spontaneous great bliss.
Geshe-la, can I ask a question on the Hassan? Hassan. When Geshe-la says Hassan accepts Mahayana, but does not accept the 6 perfections, my question is that could Hassan be misunderstood? Because without practicing Sutrayana, there are other methods like Tantra and other meditative methods where one can attain enlightenment. When one attains enlightenment, that is said, for example, in the High Yoga Tantra, the 7 features of enlightenment includes compassion. So compassion is the one that is meant to benefit sentient beings. So that's Mahayana. So I was wondering whether Hassan was misunderstood when he says that he does accept Mahayana, but does not accept the 6 perfections. You got what I said? Okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Because there are other alternative methods in Sutrayana to attain enlightenment. And as an example, High Yoga Tantra says that out of the 7 features of enlightenment, compassion is included. It's one of them. So could Hassan be misunderstood when he said that?
So he misunderstood that no need to practice Sutrayana, then just practice the Tantrayana itself already.
Tantrayana or other meditative methods as taught by Buddha, you know? Yeah. Like Mahamudra, the Dzogchen, and other types of methods, you know, where you don't need the analysis.
Yeah, anything. Because 하샹게 되주디 여러 가지라 당기 대 대신 대 되기 어려니 파신이 냠네 대 되기 어마와 양 예 대한 콜로 대 테바르베스 대 콜로 테네 애니 대 되기 요나스 가이즈나空기 차네 셰와이나 하샹기 차네 셰와이나 지지나空기 양 가자대양 가자대 가자대 도균이 여러와 애니 대도 이 대바대에 대한 가자 또 가자 도기 대바대에 대한 양내 마제시 아니 대 교 야난딩나게 대바대 지보된 양내 체와이나 양 상계 투그레스 가이스나 애니 양 가서디 가자 타마 가서 지제게 다게네 타마 대한 지식이 어려와 가자 디 상계네 가서 대한 천이 게르베 천이 된 윤된 된 상계 와이나 된 윤된 된 토기 대한 직책임도 대요나 대양 지 가자한테 콜로 테베 왕기 애니량 하샹기 된데 두교나 홍기 티와디레 하샹기 가주된데 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 나디 나로라한데 요 가자한테 닝지에 요로 대 공기 대시기도 하는데 가주된데 나디 나로라 닝지 요래 애니한테 양 심진기 되라한테 지하 요래사 그냥 간단히 공기 가자데 가자데 미스틱과기 조바데리 아니 하샹게 대신디 도기오레 이네 파신기 냠리디 도기야 말에 디 겸센디 양 콜로데 테바르베스 코노데 테바르베스 디콜라네 코노 테바이
그런데 하샹게 내가 진짜 제방이 게 하고 맞았어 어쨌다 또 카트랑 와서 막 나리 빈데 와서 와 안다디 카트랑 와서 나리 빈데 와나로 하샹게 간다 대바 친구 이제 그래 되나 대바 친구 냥서 그냥 파시도 이제 두고 말해 대만데 바이랑 개와도 무엇이네 어제 나리 빈데 와나도 되고 나리 빈데 와나 다치다 하샹게 mam부지 와서 제암 세고 보바데 따와 또시디 차도 저리 제암 세고 보바데 예 제암 세고 보바지 따와 지내고 와 대치 다 현대도 저다 하샹게 그냥 담에 되어서 당 가서 나리네 추추스마 그래서 같이 레고는 被叫当机器理解的你带他们是吧？这个机会。
So regarding Hashang's assertions, so these Hashang's assertions is mentioned in the commentary of one of the commentary on Lamrim teachings. It says that Hashang asserts Mahayana but do not assert the practice of 6 perfections. So I personally do not know much about Hashang's assertions. So however, Hashang's main view or main assertions is not thinking about anything. Not thinking about anything. So this is the main view or main assertions of Hashang. 其实你这样可能退流没得好。
现在是你其他但是其他我起码是吧？Hashang的把结果的管理。现在当我是搞到哪里搞到嘛，一两个吧。我的定义嘛，Hashang的东西也不是吧？
因为两个的可能的特别竞争的以拿上个多方面。
定义。
So I do not know much about Hashang's assertions, so I cannot tell whether this is the reason why Hashang misunderstood and assert in this way or not. So I cannot tell.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Can I have one quick one, Ken? Just now, Geshe-la said definite goodness is divided into 2. Arahship, hearers, solitary realizers, and the other group is which one?
State of enlightenment.
Sorry?
The another one is state of enlightenment.
The second one is state of enlightenment. That means that definite goodness is divided into 2. One is arahship, hearers, and solitary realizer. Second, state of enlightenment. That's the 2 group.
So in brief is liberation and the state of enlightenment. So in brief is this liberation and also state of enlightenment.
Shall we thank you? We just stop here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Stop here.
I'm going to lead on the level. Chicken budget and what they without engineers and you want to get on the work.
That's it.
This year, chicken budget and what they how can the jungle to the in the G of a sudden September, it's what you should do in Japan. How about the Tagilamas water show? The 2 we should come in, but came in to Bata. What missing was the Talo, Dela, Malaysia. Is far more church. What in which you the 重把也你也不能把这些，这就通过这里培养了他们的把这个就来的我们去突破一些可以把它给你出来，这些我写的是吧？
中了，人不像中了培养。
他说。
We conclude with dedication. We dedicate the roots of virtue that we have accumulated, especially through these Dharma discussions, maybe a complete cause for Buddha Dharma to flourish in all 10 directions and also for all sentient beings to experience excellent happiness. And we also dedicate these roots of virtue to all upholders of Buddha's teachings, mainly His Holiness the Dalai Lama, to live eons long, excellent health, and may His Holiness holy wishes and enlightened activities be accomplished instantaneously and spread in all 10 directions. And especially, we dedicate these roots of virtue to our beloved teacher, Kyabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May Rinpoche's live eons long, excellent health, and may Rinpoche's holy wishes and enlightened activities be accomplished instantaneously and spread in all 10 directions. And in particular, may Rinpoche's visit to Malaysia's centers be free of obstacles, and may visit to Zoom as well be free of obstacles, and may Rinpoche's holy wishes be accomplished instantaneously.
甚至测了某部人家把自己对比，甚至成绩对比最比，甚至测了没测呢，测过他们说的比较大的上去就把也都出来，有的是情况前提的，看到你把用到的，你把用到的说了看到我把经验，没把它那些嘛，对，老龙去根据我把经验，可能是怎么法，测里面以及平时做个用啊，对你给他的上去就把也都出来，对你去的，我学生不怎么。
We also dedicate these roots of virtue to world peace, and may the world be free of disasters, such as a disaster caused by elements like floods, pandemic, and etc. So may this disaster be ceased immediately. We also dedicate these roots of virtue to sentient beings, especially those sentient beings who pass away in pandemic or due to wars, conflicts, and etc. So may their negativities accumulated since beginningless time be purified immediately and quickly achieve the state of enlightenment. And we also dedicate these roots of virtue to those who suffer. May they quickly be free from sufferings and attain excellent happiness. And we also dedicate these roots of virtue to those who help others financially, such as financially, and those who help others like doctors and nurses. May their life, may they live long, good health, and may their life be filled with excellent happiness.
Sabe ke wa de ten dang jo wa kun la kan ben dang ke ba ji zu lo sang da ba yi ten be ni mo ri do se je sho ten chu sem jo rin bo je ma ke pa nang ke gyu ji nyam ba me ba yang ko ne kon do pe wa sho cha pe ba we chi da ken ba dang kun do sam bo de yang de shin de kun ge ji su da lo je ke wa di da tam je rap do mo tong ni da wa rin bo je ma ke pa nang ke gyu ji ke ba nyam ba me ba yang ko ne kon do pe wa sho da wa rin bo je ma ke pa nang ke gyu ji ke ba nyam ba me ba yang ko ne kon do pe wa sho tu zu chang shin jam yun ge we den sing yong be we kun su do bo ze chu sun ku we le men du du ba du du je gun do sha de sho dong ni ni je su do ju be lang chi se 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 gang jian jian de yuan cha na be mo den jing ga zo la dun do sho ji ne kan de pen de ma le ba ka le jung we sam be yi shin no ka din su me den jing ga zo la so wa de so du je lun du sho ka ri ra we shin gang de pen dang de wa ma lu jung we ne che le se wa den jing ga zo yi sha be si de ba du den go ji.
Thank you, Gisela. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Geshila, everyone. Kela.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank
you, everyone.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your dinner.